All right. You have Raymond Singh. It's my father. So, Mr. Singh, um, you had some fantastic results with the case study. We started with a pace of aging of 0.98, and then after 6 months, you got down to 0.92. So that's the statistical significance margin of error is 0.03 plus or minus. You had a reduction of 0.06, which is well within the statistical significance range. So that's a great reduction of your pace of aging. And we also have some follow-up kits being sent your way as well that we can do for like your year 0.5, because you've been taking Novos consistently for now over a year. But during the, just to kind of kick us off, want to get understanding of, who you are, what you do, and, sort of like your lifestyle, how it's been the last year or so. Talk about your job, hobbies, any stressors that you faced in the past year. We'll start with that.
Okay, first of all, when you call me Mr. Singh, I have to look over my shoulder. My dad is not there. He's been gone 50 years now. But anyways, 50 years of working hard. I started working when I was 16 years of age. And during those 50 years, a lot of lifestyle changes, not voluntarily, but circumstantially, starting from zero 4 times in my life. Finally, because of what I do for a living, which is uh, financial, as a financial advisor, um, I know the importance of financial independence. Well, financial independence can only be enjoyed when you're physically able to. Number one advantage that I am seeking by using Novos is to give me another 20, 30 more years to enjoy this financial freedom after working hard for 5 decades. That is the number one thing that I'm looking for from using Novos.
That's amazing. So just to recap, you found finally later in your life, you found only recently the ability to enjoy financial independence, and you're like, man, I'm just getting started, and so you're looking to extend that prime, enjoy that youthfulness as much as you can, enjoy that body, that health, enjoy that freedom. That's a really, really powerful statement. So I'm definitely make a note of that. Let's zoom in to the past, let's say, year or so when you began taking Novos. What was going on? So you're a financial advisor, so obviously you're your own boss. So self-employment obviously has lots of stressors, client management, growth of your own business. I mean, we can definitely appreciate as a startup ourselves the amount of work required for that. So talk about what was going on the past year or so as you've been taking Novos. What else was going on with your lifestyle? Any hobbies, stressors that you've been facing the past year or so?
So let me just take a step back. When I started in this business as a financial advisor 30 years ago, um, I had just moved from overseas to a state where I knew one person. To build a business with kids with no help, um, 200 to 250 calls a day was not easy. Wouldn't recommend it for anybody with a faint heart. But I did what I had to do to build a business, to come to a level where I'm at, where, you know, Like you said, I'm my own boss. I turn the light on and off when I want to, when I wish to, see who I want to see, and don't see who I don't want to see. And that is an amazing feeling. Again, before I started Novos, I was always thinking about maybe putting a timeline of retirement because I knew I could feel my body was slowing down. But now, you know, for me, as far as the target date is concerned, it's a moving target. I will quit when I want to quit, not when I have to quit. That's for me is just liberation. Um,
Yeah.
the one of the most, and I'm gonna go back again. I think the biggest impact that I feel, and I do talk to you about that all the time. I gave you the example of going down the stairs, running down the stairs, going up the stairs, running up the stairs. That's a phenomenal. And I believe I've always been a multitasker. Let me go back. Always, all my life. People talk about, you know, they can walk at two at the same time. I mean, I can do that sleeping. If I don't do three, four, five things at a time, I'm bored. And I think maybe 2, 3 years ago, I felt I was slowing down because if I'm a multitasker, you need mental acuity, you need cognitive, but not only that, you also need dexterity, physical strength. Um, Without that, I mean, you can go ahead and plan and put strategy on, but what the heck are you going to do when it comes down to implementing and executing when you don't have any strength? I think that's the biggest impact I feel. And the other thing that I've started to notice is that I don't start tripping when I put my pants on anymore. That means balancing, which is a phenomenal um, finding that I'm experiencing every day, right? Because being in the business and dealing with retirees for 30 years, everything starts. They start going down with the first fall. It's a known fact. It starts with the fall, and you give them, I don't know, 3 to 8 years, and they're gone. And I think balance is very, very critical, and it all comes from again mental acuity, cognitives. Those are strong things. Um, and then on top of it, going through two major surgeries of my knees. I mean, I am state champion in powerlifting. I'm breaking record, my own personal records on a weekly basis. So I know it's a long statement, but time will tell how much I can keep up with it. But for now, I have no set date of retiring or slowing down. Period.
Huge. Huge deal. I'm actually kind of curious. So we asked this question to several folks who take our free quizzes and lifestyle advice guides. I'm going to paste it in the chat here. I don't know if you can see it. I can also read it out to you, but I'll just read you out the reasons. So the question is very simple. What is the primary reason for wanting to slow down aging? And we have the first option is to have more energy / stay active. The second one is to just extend lifespan, so live as long as possible. Third one is to have a youthful appearance, right? To stay looking young. Fourth one is to prevent or heal diseases. And the fifth one is to have optimal cognition. So again, recap. First one is like staying active, having energy. Second one is just life extension. Third one is appearance. Fourth one is healing and preventing diseases. Fifth one is cognition.
I mean, staying active is, I mean, I've already talked about it. number one reason for me using this is that
Sure.
not only I want to stay active, but I also want to enjoy.
Yes.
I mean, you can stay active, as much as you want. Hang on for a second.
Yep. No worries. I appreciate, by the way, you taking time out of it. I know this is a work day, middle of the work day for you, so
Well,
thank
in the
you.
mornings there's a lot of chaos in the morning. Anyways, so I have stated my number one reason is
Yep.
to enjoy
Yes.
the next couple 3 decades
Yes.
and enjoy the fruit of my 5 decades of hard work.
Got it. Beautiful.
Period.
Okay. This is really, really good. I think there's even an amazing story here, and I'm just looking at some of my notes just to see if I'm curious about anything else. I know that. So you mentioned that you're a state champion in powerlifting. I mean, that's, first of all, that's amazing. I don't know if you want to say how old you are as well.
Okay. I'm 68 years old. I'm proud of it.
That's amazing. So 68 years old, Arizona State powerlifting champion. What are you benching, deadlifting, squatting? Where are you at? You in the
Well,
1,000-pound club?
I am. I'm over 1,000 now. I just did my personal best in deadlift with 4 plates, which is, for people who don't know what plates are, 405 pounds. Squat is my crown jewel. After not squatting for over 2 decades, having 2 surgeries, 2 knee surgeries in the last 18 to 24 months, I'm squatting 335 pounds and bench, I'm pretty close to doing 3 plates, which is 315 pounds. So that's, you can add it up.
It's very, very, very impressive. That's more than most people in their late 20s, early 30s that I see at the gym. So
I hear from the young kids like yourself at the gym.
yeah, it's very impressive.
Now and then.
Okay, so we talked about that. That's an amazing part of your story for sure. And I also love the quotes, like enjoying the next couple 3 decades of your life, enjoying the fruits of your labor, staying active, but again, enjoying it, right?
Yes.
But that's really, really, really good. So what does it mean to enjoy? Like, what are some of those things that you'd like to enjoy with this healthy body, with this sort of mindset of longevity? What does that enjoyment mean for you?
Well, personally, it's obviously keep living the lifestyle that I'm living today. But going down the line, of course, looking forward to grandkids. I kick their ass as well. Uh, I think financial independence, it has got a lot to do with it, which is what I worked hard for 5 decades. And then now, physical strength and presence of mental acuity, like I mentioned before, that's just icing on the cake.
Got it. So other hobbies that you have? So obviously, I mean, powerlifting, that you're actively competing, you're still doing that. Other hobbies, things that you got going on, passions that you do outside of work?
Well, powerlifting, I was kind of pulled in by someone that very near and dear to me. Other than that, I mean, I am, my mother used to tell me that I have circles under my feet, which means I will never stay still. And I never have and never will, as long as I can. That means I love traveling. I absolutely love. 4 years ago, when you and I went to Europe, you literally had to drag me uphill, you know, keep assuring me, oh, it's only 50 yards away, even though it was a mile away. I never want to be in that situation. I don't know if I'm going on a tangent, but at the end of the day, um, not only powerlifting, I mean, I've been lifting heavy weights all my life, but now um, fortunate to be at an age group and a physical strength that I could probably, next year's goal is start breaking records, not only statewide, but nationally and hopefully internationally. Um, Other than that, I mean, I love golf. I'd like to get back into tennis if I have any spare time. But at the end of the day, um, traveling is a big part of me, my lifestyle, my hobby, my liking, my interest. A part of that traveling bug that I have is actually own an RV, which I love, absolutely love it. Going back to my financial freedom, freedom is a big part of my DNA. Uh, I can drive my RV in the middle of the woods and still enjoy all the amenities. Stop anytime, have a cup of coffee or a cold beer. I mean, I just love that lifestyle.
That's beautiful. And um, I mean, I personally wish that for you. I know everybody at Novos who knows a bit about your story already is very impressed. Results speak for themselves from the blood test, but also just again, the physicality, the strength, the mental acuity, all those things that you wish to maintain at this optimal level here and even build stronger. That's a huge deal. And the fact that your story has so recently shifted and transformed itself from not only just like 2-3 years ago, feeling like your body, your mind, everything was kind of slowing down, and now you've almost kind of been in that rejuvenated, back in that upward trend. I mean, that's a huge story, and I would love to share this with the team, with the Novos team, and then we'll follow up with any other questions we have. I think that your story is powerful, so um, we we might use some of your quotes. I mean, you were very eloquent, and I jotted down lots of cool quotes here. So would that be okay if we could use some of those quotes? We'll follow up with you first, send you some email confirmations before we do anything. But would that be something that you'd be open to?
That'll be fine, but I do want to add one extremely important things. I mean, everything I said, they are very important, but it's like having a plan and a strategy, but not being able to or wanting to implement and execute. Um, I was born with a very strong gift of having a very, very strong willpower. I think I'd taken up on my mother. So all those things can happen, but if you're not willing to put time and effort into whatever it is that you're thinking about or wanting to do, nothing can be achieved. And that comes with you're either born with it or you're not, period. I don't believe that any vitamins or any product can actually enhance your willpower. I think either you have it or you don't. That's my humble opinion. But when you start to have everything else to advance it and you have willingness to do it, sky's the limit.
That's a great place to end. Let me stop the recording here.
Okay.
1 second.